Actually, the work called Impasse is very much within the domains of this interest of mine in Lefebvre's theories about the producibility of the street environment, where people actually act or kind of they behave in a specific way, which has some creativity embedded in the actions they take. But it's not necessarily recognized as an artwork. From my perspective, as an artist, I'm trying to redefine what they do and how do they do, and actually to discover the elements of creativity. And then through the process of editing or layering sound, but basically just redefining the work or defining the actions. The idea is to create a poetic sort of sequence of images. In a lot of my work, as I mentioned, I like combining the elements and knowledge of other art forms, or more classical traditional art forms, which kind of allows me to treat the moving image as a frame, a canvas within a timeline, if you like. And quite often, while developing a new project or scripting, writing up an idea, I would refer to classical, let's say, classical painting. And Impasse is very much one of these pieces, which, while shooting it, I was thinking actually about people like Caravaggio, Zurbaran, specifically thinking about the sort of compositional elements, the lighting, the movement, the gesture, specifically the gesture element within classical painting, which kind of to a degree I believe that the aesthetic and compositional values of an image, of a classical image, are quite an important legacy rather than uncharted territory. So they need to be explored further within a context of contemporary works. So it's an interesting question. Probably I have to go a bit further back. My current artistic practice is predominantly kind of located within the domains of film and video, but at the same time it's been informed by a number of factors. I commenced my studies in fine art at around the age of 13, and over the years I studied kind of fine art in its classical, modern or contemporary guises in 3 different countries. So my studies and practice gradually actually progressed from painting and sculpture and then sort of the more classical drawings through to photography and film. And I've been actually working predominantly with moving images for over the last 10 years probably. At the same time believing that the cinematographic image is the culminating point of the idea of kind of image making, if you like. It's a medium where I can actually explore, I can combine all the skills and knowledge and utilize it within the creation of a sequence of images. The other issue is, of course, that simultaneously creating architectural environments with my installations. They have also sonic elements which are quite important. I use quite a lot of directional sound, so people navigate not just according to the architecture of this piece, but also referring to the sounds within the environment. So this allows me to kind of explore the formal structures of multiple screen and video and sound installations, which are said to evoke a sense of place in the form of a kind of poeticized work of art, which very frequently are located within a dark gallery environments. Quite not very welcoming. So the idea is that the installations themselves become become places of mobile transitions, if you like. So the space itself, the gallery environment, becomes a place which you can identify with. The image moves in time. I think the image doesn't even need to move. I think that the importance is a duration. It's a timeline. I think a still image put in a timeline of 5 seconds or 5 minutes would move mentally. The image doesn't necessarily need to move. It just needs to define the time.